Loving you is like poetry, a rhythm that dances through the verses of my soul, a melody that sways with every heartbeat. In the early days, the words were hesitant, soft whispers of affection that lingered in the air like the first hint of dawn. Each syllable felt like it was waiting to be perfected, like the budding of a flower, fragile yet filled with endless potential. As time passed, the verses of my love for you began to form into a song of confidence, a narrative written not with ink, but with the emotions that soared within me. Each line of this poetic love story was crafted not by logic, but by the heart's language, one that only the deepest connection could understand. Loving you became an art of expression, where the ordinary turned extraordinary, and the simplest moments were painted with words that transcended the limitations of language itself. It was as if every part of me, every breath and every glance we shared was part of a greater narrative, an epic unfolding one stanza at a time. With you, loving you became an endless sonnet. At first, it was difficult to understand how something so simple could be so powerful. But as I learned the nuances of you, your laughter, the way your eyes shimmer when you speak, the warmth of your touch, I realized that love, in its purest form, is a delicate, ongoing creation. There is no final stanza, no conclusion. Only a continuous flow of verses that capture the essence of two souls intertwining. The verses began to gain depth as we shared more moments, from the fleeting, quiet ones that only we understood, to the loud, chaotic ones that resonated with the world. Each moment was an opportunity to write more, to create something that would last far beyond the temporal. In these moments, I found not only love, but also a profound connection that stretched beyond words. I began to realize that our love was not something that could be fully captured in just one poem, or even 1,000. It was infinite, like the stars in the sky, constantly shifting, yet always there, a constant source of light. In the chorus of loving you, the rhythm becomes undeniable. The cadence, a heartbeat that echoes in the quiet spaces of my mind. Each day with you added another verse to the unfolding poem, and the more I experienced, the more the words came naturally, flowing effortlessly from the deepest corners of my heart. At times, I would marvel at how you had become a part of my narrative, how we were no longer two separate entities but a single, unified verse in this larger symphony of existence. Our love had stopped being something I merely felt and became something I saw, heard, and breathed. I could feel it in the air around us, in the spaces between words, in the moments we didn't need to speak at all. Loving you was no longer just an expression of affection. It was a profound way of being. It was the essence of every quiet touch, every look we exchanged, every laugh shared, and every challenge we faced together. In this space, we no longer needed to define our love. It simply was. Loving you is poetry, a profound realization that runs deeper than any verse I could write. It is not just about the sweet words we speak to each other in moments of intimacy. It is about the silent moments in which our hearts communicate in ways language cannot fully express. It is about the touch of your hand when words fail, the way your presence can fill a room with warmth even when we are miles apart. Every part of you has become a verse in this ongoing poem, a verse that I cherish more than the last. It is the little things that make it so remarkable. The way your eyes brighten when you talk about something you love. The kindness in your voice when you comfort me. The softness in your smile when you look at me as if you see into the very core of who I am. These are the stanzas that make up the poetry of my life with you. Loving you has become a language of its own, one that doesn't need to be spoken to be understood. It is a language that exists in every look, every touch, every shared laugh, and every silent embrace. As time goes on, I find that loving you has become a habit I no longer have to think about. It is as natural as breathing, as easy as waking up to the sun each morning. In the way the day transitions from morning to night, I find my love for you shifting in its own subtle way, constantly evolving. At first, our love felt like an exploration, something new and uncharted, but now it feels like home. Each day adds a new chapter. Each experience a new stanza, and together they form a tale that is uniquely ours. Our love has transcended the need for words. Yet the words still flow endlessly from me because they are the only tools I have to express the depth of what I feel. There are no limits to the poem we are creating together. It is an endless masterpiece, a work that will never be finished because, like our love, it is infinite. Every moment we share, every glance exchanged is a brush stroke, creating a portrait of love that will continue to grow, change, and evolve. There is a beauty in loving you that cannot be confined to a single moment. It is a love that reaches beyond the physical and touches something deeply spiritual, something far beyond what can be expressed in any poem. It is not always easy, nor should it be, just as poetry is filled with twists, turns, and emotions that surge like waves crashing against the shore. Our love, too, has faced moments of turbulence, but just as every poet must experience the struggles of life to create meaningful art, so must love endure challenges to become deeper, stronger, and more profound. Loving you is about embracing the highs and the lows, the smooth rhythms and the jarring staccatos, because they all contribute to the beauty of the poem. Each hardship we have faced together has only added another layer to our love, strengthening the verses that bind us together. Through every test, I find myself falling deeper into you, and I realize that this love is not just something I feel, it is something I live, something that is written into every corner of my being. As I continue to love you, I see that this poetry isn't just something I am writing for you, it is something we are writing together. It is a collaboration, an intertwining of hearts, minds, and souls. The rhythm of your laughter, the melody of your voice, the cadence of your breath, these are the instruments that accompany the words of the poem. With every step we take together, the poem of our love grows richer and more complex, full of meaning that only we can understand. It is a language that is uniquely ours, one that needs no translation, no explanation. Loving you is the most natural thing in the world. Yet it is also the most extraordinary. It is as if every part of me was waiting for this connection, this deep, unspoken understanding that is woven through every line of our shared existence. The poem we create is infinite, and its beauty lies not just in its perfection, but in its endless evolution, forever becoming more than what it was before.